Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Pool Nation. Let's play. We're gonna do the 8-ball tournament and see how far we can get here. Sky Lounge Cup, we will start at the beginning because that's our only option. And let's see. So, the difference between 9-ball and the last recording and this is in 8-ball, you break, and if you sink a solid and only a solid or more than one solid, then you are on the solids. Solid meaning a ball that is solid colored. So that is, I think, evens? Yeah, evens are solids, odds are stripes. And if you sink a stripe, you are the stripe team then, and the goal is then to hit any solids or any stripes if that's on your team. So if you're solids, you can only hit solids, and the only exception there is the 8-ball. That is the last ball that you want to sink in, depending on the rules. Sometimes you can actually win just by hitting a solid if you're solids, and then knocking in the 8-ball with that solid. Sometimes that's not allowed, and you have to actually sink all the solids first. Pick up the ball, put it here, reset that. So first thing you'll notice is there's 15 balls. Count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So not 6 more balls than the than 9-ball. And so since I didn't sink anything in, he can hit anything he wants, and I can hit anything I want because I haven't chosen a side yet. Now if you hit on the first break or at any point after the first break where you still haven't chosen a side, both a solid and a stripe, you get to choose usually. But now I am locked in on solids. You can see in the top left corner there's a picture of the solid blue ball, number 2, and then for the opponent he has the striped blue ball. So if I could do something to sink in the 8-ball right now, I'm not sure what rules we're playing by. Not sure if that would count or not, so I guess I have to make it my goal to try to figure that out. So as long as you sink one of your balls and don't foul in some other way, you keep on going. And you're trying to run the table. You're trying to make it so the other player cannot play. While you eliminate all the stripes and such from your side. It would be a foul if you knocked in your opponent's ball. I think it may not be a foul if you knocked in your opponent's ball and you knocked in one of yours. It would be a foul if you hit your opponent's ball first, though. I guess it's been a while since I played 8-ball. And 8-ball is very popular because it's mostly pretty simple. Straight pool, by the way, you just kind of get points, I think. I haven't played that in so long. Or you just, whoever sinks the last ball wins. If you're not even, you really don't even have to bother keeping a score if you don't want to. That's one of the things about billiards, is they are games that are mostly designed for people who originally, when the games were invented, probably couldn't do arithmetic that well and just didn't really care that much. So it's supposed to be a laid-back, fun activity, not a complicated, like, crossword puzzle or something that's just gonna really give you trouble. See, now I made a mistake there. You actually want to hit the ball really, really hard when it's right there, very close to the edge, because if you hit it with enough strength, it will, let's see, how do we, see, he just won. Alright, let's try it again. If you hit it with enough strength, then you get the equal and opposite reaction thing happening. You can actually see it, and then you will get bounced back. In fact, more than you would realize it, it's a better idea to put as much power as is reasonable into your shots. So I'm playing as stripes now, since he sunk a solid. So the strategy here is working around your opponent's balls while sinking yours. Wrong ball potted, see? That's no good. Since I'm a stripe though, I can kind of do this. Close, but no cigar. Let's see. I imagine you have to sink all the ones you want. All the balls on your team before you can hit the 8-ball in. Sometimes you have to call it too, but I'm not seeing any rule or button that would do that. See, not hitting enough, and I should put a spin on that too, so it comes back. See, 5 balls here. Let's see, there's nothing here as far as calling a shot. So there's no reason why you shouldn't win right there. Again, very much having the same issue. It's just this first round is not easy enough. The game should be dead simple here. Any player should be able to win this. And me as any player, I am not winning them. Alright, so he's gonna take solids. Got get down there and make sure I'm in a stripe. There is definitely something about the fact that when you're playing pool for real, you're constantly moving your eyes and constantly getting different angles. And maybe in a VR setup, you could make a pool game that adjusted for that, did something more, or just allowed for it more. There's definitely being locked off to a few camera angles is not helpful. I should change the decal. I really don't like it. The balls don't seem to be affected by gravity quite right when they hit the pockets. They're just kind of floating there when they shouldn't until they hit the back edge in the slow motion, and it just doesn't quite look the right way it should. It is strange that even though we're being told everything, I still am missing a lot of shots here. More shots than I would be missing, I think, if I was actually playing pool. Of course, I am trying to record also and not really paying attention. But I'm the king of not paying attention in billiards. I particularly don't care if I win or lose, so I just take a shot and see if it lands. But it doesn't seem like that's gonna work here. And I scratched. So I'm ahead of him even, and now he's gonna turn it all around. Unless he accidentally sunk my ball and gave him scratched. Really, come on, game. I should have flashed back there. Hey. Well, this is gonna be our chance. There's really no reason not to flash back. So this is what we want. Put a little backspin on it so it comes back away. There we go. Got that, got that, got that. Nice, nice, nice. We're already up to 50,000 overall points. That is really cool. And so we unlocked the next thing. Let's try something different here though. Instead of playing the same thing over again, let's play against Peaches in the other tour. See if it's significantly different or not. I can tell you right now the decal, which is kind of just a watermark or an overlay, I guess, really is much more prominent on this than it is on all the others. Particularly in 8-ball, you should hit try and sink something, hit it harder. So Peaches is playing stripes, I'm playing solids. Let's see how good of a player she is compared to the guy we were just playing. If she is significantly more difficult, then that kind of takes all the steam out of me, thinking I can actually ever make any significant progress in this game. I might just at that point say, you know what, it's too hard. I need an easy mode, something simpler. Let's see. This isn't gonna work. I could have told you, well, I did tell you, didn't I? Specifically said that's not gonna work. Peaches is doing good streaks here. She's got everything except for the 8-ball. Alright, so pick up the ball, put it here. Adjust with the left or right to get it to go in there. Oh, seriously? I need to be very, very liberal with the flashback now. Come on. Even with the 2 flashbacks, I like, yeah, I didn't stand a chance there. And so the challenge is to do a jump of 1700. That's kind of high. Alright, so I'm stripes now. Was that a foul? No, it wasn't. Interesting. I thought I fouled there. I thought I hit the wrong ball first. That, I believe, is a foul when you do that. So I have 3 stripes on the table. He has, Peaches has like 7. Try to get it in there as close as possible. I don't think that's the right hit to take. I think it's better to go like right here and just knock that in. Let's just knock that everywhere and see if we can maybe do something with it. So Peaches has 4 more balls to clear off the table, 3 more balls to clear off the table. Now let's see, a little adjustment here. It always just jumps up and does not feel realistic. So I guess there's no calling a shot. So and I lost. I lost because I scratched while I sunk the 8 ball. Okay, let's try that again. I'm still not fully certain that Peaches is like significantly more difficult. She seems to definitely be more difficult though. She seems to be a more competent player, at least slightly, as far as sinking multiple shots in a row. Here she's sinking 3 shots, 4 shots in her one fell swoop. So I've got to really step up my game here. Yeah, too much power. And you just managed to scratch. And that has always been a problem with billiard games on PC too, is they don't like calculate friction right, so the balls will just, based on the powers you put in it, go a little too far, have a little bit unrealistic outcomes of where they would end up rolling. Also, just maybe I'm bad at billiards. So, up to the 8 ball now, Peaches is. And I've only, I think, had like a couple of opportunities to play. This may be the 4th or 5th time I've even had control of the ball. So did I win or did I lose? 8 ball potted too soon. So that isn't an option. Yep. And so hitting retry there doesn't save you challenges. I scratched, apparently. So, interesting on the scratch, they re-racked all the balls. I've never done that. But then, like I have said, I only really play friendly games that don't really stick to rules. And pool is one of those things where the rules are not written down enough that you could just have your way of playing. Even the cinematics here are starting to feel a little repetitive. I think after 10 or 20 hours of this, I would hope to be able to turn those things off. 5-ball streak. Skill shot, 6-ball streak. So 7-ball streak and then the 8-ball is the most number of streaks. This would be a full table run if I get the 8-ball. 7-ball streak. Although it could be argued that this isn't actually a table run because of just, I think I did so close. Scratch. Guess I could hit X to archive the match. Okay, we have learned at least that the game is more difficult on that second tour, and that's what I wanted to find out. I don't find that it would be ridiculously difficult or anything. I think with enough time and practice I could pull this off. So I haven't lost all hope on this game. Plus, since it's a billiards game and there's not that much competition on Steam or for modern billiards games anyways, this is something I could do a little bit now and then come back a little bit later and do a little bit more. The rules you don't have to relearn really once you've memorized billiards, which is a common enough game that you should memorize the rules. This will be interesting to see what he can do. Apparently anything he wants. So I could play it, come back, play it again. It is kind of weird playing with the Xbox 360 controller. I was not expecting that. I don't think there'd be much of a difference playing with the mouse though. I think there's probably some room for rethinking that's not the right one to hit. Anyways, I'm gonna stripe. For rethinking just the controls in general, there's a lot of buttons here. A lot of buttons. I think you could do like slightly better graphics and then a lot better physics with more modern DirectX 12 or OpenGL. Not OpenGL, I don't think that would do some physics in that, but there's some open standard, maybe it's Vulkan, might be what it's called. But better physics, more rendering of the felt. We are probably getting to the point where each little felty fuzzball should be individually animated instead of it being just a solid green blob of color, much like Blades of Grass and other games. Here we go. Victory. 4-ball streak. That gets me all 3. That's nice. We get our flashback cashback up to 67,000. And this is a great example of how games are designed to be unfair against computers. I can play against them as many times as I want and lose, and it doesn't count. But the second they lose once, it does count. And that's what I love about video games. It's not a fair playing field. The game is secretly working with you to give you the victory. This game's not working with me very much, but at least it's doing a little bit of it. I don't want to play fair video games in general. Fair video games are games like Hearthstone, where they spend their time making sure that it's very equal, and what happens in games like Hearthstone, because that's online competitive between two humans, what you run into a lot is you win and you lose about 50% of the time, which is not a fun ratio for most experiences. It's fine if you're a professional player. You tend to expect that, but for most video game players, you want to win a lot, more than 50% of the time. A lot of games, you don't ever die. You don't ever fail in any fail state that's really noticeable or important. Let's see. Fine tune this. Can I really have a run on the table here? It's going to be a difficult shot to get. That's what I thought. Now you'd have to be a really, really good pool player to get all of your balls in every corner and make it impossible for the other player. And not very many people would set up that kind of setup anyways, because it's pointless. If you can get your balls in the corner, you might as well just sink them. 2-in-1 shot. Nice. Let's go ahead and hit this hard and just see what happens. Darn it. I should have flashed back right then. What was I thinking? Well, I've got my 2 flashbacks now set up. That should go right in. As long as I don't scratch, I should be fine. Very close to scratching. Nice. So the decal is unlocked. Let's change that decal, since I don't like the decal that's on right now. Personal opinion here, I think most people would agree though, this decal is just nothing. This decal is downright ugly. This decal is kind of evocative. It's pretty bland still, but it's kind of evocative. Maybe it's just because it's a girl with the wings, but I mean, I think in comparison to this, most people would agree. Let's try this bonus. So, the bonus is 1 up, so we have to play against Sister Teresa now. Pot the 3 balls is in the shortest time as that. 3 ball would be a really good game to teach people on. Wow, that decal had a lot more to it than I realized. We'll have to go into free mode. Honestly, I don't like it. It's too colorful. This is exactly what you don't want on a pool table, is decals of any sort. Like, it just... Does that say Sister Teresa, or... I can't even... Let's see. What does that say? Sister Teresa, number 90. I really don't like it. It's too colorful. I guess that's why there's 2 of every decal, so you could have a more subtle one. But it doesn't work either way. Hey, I sunk a ball. Too bad it was a scratch. So I need to beat 4 shots. Yep. I scratched, so I can pick up the ball, but I've already lost. I suppose it would be best just to restart the game, wouldn't it? Getting any one of those to sink on the first try would be really, really desirable. Sometimes you can get shots where the ball will bounce and then bounce back into the cue ball, and you'll get some crazy interactions that you probably didn't plan for. And you'll remember the times it works, and you'll quickly forget the times it didn't work. Confirmation bias in the human brain is very nice in a game like pool. Technically it's billiards. Straight pool is the only one that's called pool. And snooker is actually technically a different table and a different thing. And then there's also bumper pool, which is a different table and its own thing too. So several different incarnations. So we need her to miss, and she's not missing. If she misses this next shot, or scratches. She missed it. Good. We won. That's 1. So now we just gotta pull off the second one. Now, we have 2 flashbacks. If we had used the 2 flashbacks in the first game, do we get the flashbacks back? I don't think we do. So as the challenges become longer, and it becomes a scenario of like win 5 games out of 10 or something, that wouldn't ever be how it would work. But win 5 games out of 6 or something, 5 out of 8 maybe. Yeah, that would work. Darn it. Let's flashback. But as the things become more like that, more difficult to, longer and longer, you're going to have to more and more sparingly use your flashbacks, which, okay. Since I didn't expect this game to have flashbacks anyways, I like it as a concept. There we go. So I win. You cheating. Yep. Cheated, but I got it. Yeah, I like the flashback idea. I wish more games had that. In fact, I was just recently playing a puzzle game that really needed a rewind function that this game has in spades. I think what we're gonna do though is we'll play this guy like once, and then let's look at the other games. I'm not seeing a lot here different. We know, you should know what 8-ball is and how the rules are set up here at this point. It's just either your solids or your stripes. You have to sink all the solids or all the stripes, then you sink the 8-ball. That's the rules that are set by. I'm not seeing a lot of opportunity here to change rules or make a custom rule. We should look at that and see. I suppose you could play in versus free play mode and make your own rules however you feel like it, but it would be nice if the game could understand your rules and what you're doing and how you're doing it and why you're doing it. I think the controls here are probably the right thing for an Xbox 360 controller. You kind of need the extra precise mode and everything. That might even be the right thing for a keyboard and mouse. Yeah. It's sad to say, but billiards really just isn't a game that can be replicated. Like pinball, you can get very close, you can make it look very fancy, but everybody who's ever played a real pinball game or real billiards compared to a PC version of it just knows it doesn't feel anything similar. I suppose this might also be the same for people who play sports games like golf, football, hockey. Those are all sports that I never really participated in. So if I was to go play a Madden game or NFL game or anything like that, I wouldn't know the difference. But I'm sure people who are more familiar with football would. Yeah, it's kind of weird. This is about one of the only sports I would actually play a PC game of is billiards. And you really only need one. And unless somebody wants to put in the comments down below a better game than this that's on Steam, I think this one is going to be your choice. It gives you a motivating reason to come back with the tours. It's got this cool box of tricks thing. It's got a decent tutorial. It lets you archive things. It has this endurance mode. It has a versus mode, and that's what we're going to do now. Let's see. Options. No, that won't do. We do want to check options and see what can we turn off. auto slow-mo, that is, we could turn off auto aiming to off, or you could do it's on novice by default, so it is helping you a little bit anyways. Auto slow-mo goes off, all of this goes off, control hints off, 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 off. But the one thing I don't see here is just a display that would say, like if we turn off auto aiming aid, let's see what happens there. Aiming aid tour Sky Lounge. When we hop in this game for a second, yeah, it's gone. And this is definitely how a real person would want to play. But you still got this power meter. And maybe you need it, but maybe you don't. That starts to feel like a lot more realistic. When you have that auto aiming off. So let's ask this question. If it was set to novice, pro, champion, what does champion do? That's on, right? Yep. What does the aiming aid look like on champion? Skip this. So it seems like on champion it's giving you a little less information, but I wouldn't say by much. I just lost right there. Oh wow. Just trying to test the settings here, and I lose a game. Wow. So I'd say leave it on novice or turn it off. I don't know what the real difference between pro, veteran, and champion are. Seems like there can't be that much difference. Alright, let's hop into versus. We're going to test out, we've done the 8-9 ball, we've done the 8 ball regular, let's do 8 ball UK, and aiming aid, it can be novice, here it will explain. Forgiving aiming aid that's perfect for beginners, the slightly reduced aiming aid provides less information on what happens after the first ball collision. The reduced aiming aid makes longer putts and trick shots significantly more difficult. Pro, playing without the aiming aid is the ultimate badge of honor. Only the best need apply. Interesting. And what can we customize? Nothing really. How can you just turn off that though? Let's just face it, that's what I really want. It will change it to the premier balls, why not? Since we just unlocked those. So, UK style 8 ball. Skip. So, the only real difference here is instead of solids and stripes, it's reds and yellows. Because those are snooker balls just getting played, reused. Oh, and bumper table balls, I think. know why I'm gonna take such a long shot there. Literally a long shot. So now he's got the reds. So I suppose the rules aren't any different. And I mean, if the rules are different, I don't think I'd even be able to see or figure it out. It's kind of strange that this doesn't have bumper pool. And it's kind of strange that it doesn't have a snooker table, which is like a foot shorter. Oops. 2 shots away. What does that mean? Particularly since it has this whole trick shot mechanism, I would think it would be nothing for them to add bumper pool. Let's see if we can get this. I think I'm gonna lose, but that wouldn't be surprising, really. So I gotta get this way over there. Hope that works. Nope, it didn't. Well, I think I did a decent job there. Only 2 balls were left on the table. But there's nothing here as far as rules. Settings. No. There's nothing here to play any kind of special game. Game type, unless there's a custom one. We played 3 ball, we don't need to hit that again. Let's play straight pool. Earn 1 point for each pot, winner first to 30 points. So that's what straight pool is. And most people don't even play that way, they just first to 15 points, or first to get the sink everything. Yeah. Okay, nominations. Press A to nominate. Move the cursor to nominate the object ball. Move the cursor with the L stick to nominate the pocket you will put it in. See, I knew that was going to be something new. So you do have to call your shots. So this is actually a little bit more, let's see. Let's see, left stick in there. Yeah. So, right stick. Seems like that just automatically nominated everything. I got a point. Two ball streak. guess with the novice aiming ability, it can just pretty much tell me what it thinks is gonna happen. I messed up there, but not terribly. Yeah, let's go ahead and adjust. I don't think there's a way I can get that to go that way though. Do I have any chance whatsoever of getting this down there? It's gonna make it. Wow. But I guess I have to go in free play mode and nominate that and put it there if I'm gonna do that shot. Ah, that's it. You have to go into free camera mode to nominate a ball. So I have 5, he has 4. Let's do that and then spin back so we don't fall in ourselves. Fall in there. Look at this win streak I'm getting. It's a little bit easier when you can sink any ball on the table. That's, I guess, the beauty of straight pool. Is there's no real complications to it or strategies to it. Hitting any more. Let's see. And they just racked up some more for me when there was only one left on the table. Okay, that's nice. So on average, I imagine you'd go through 3 entire racks of the sets to get to 30. So you're effectively playing close to 3 games usually. Wow, that was so close. That was amazingly close. Let's see, can I knock this in there? Not without scratching. That's what I thought I was gonna do. But I'm at 10 points and he's at 5. I think I can win this. What do I get for winning it though? Spelling versus mode. I don't think there is anything. I think the only time you're gonna get anything as far as an unlock or points or anything that would add to your progress is in those tour bonus sections, where there might be a bonus section somewhere that is all about having you play straight pool. Let's hit this one and see if we can get it in there. Oops. incorrect ball potted. That's no good. Calling your shots, though, really eliminates the possibility of playing by the seat of your pants. You really are gonna have to know what you're doing and actually be able to do it. I guess if I make this arrow here go through the middle of that dot. Let's see if that works. Nope, missed. Straight pull's too slow, though. We can definitely feel a nice quick game of 9-ball versus straight pull. There's a big difference in time. So I think I've seen enough. I'm gonna see if I can get to 15 and then call myself the victor. No, I guess I'll just stay with it, because I do want to see the victory screen. Just in case it does give me something interesting. Really? Oh, come on. 1 ball's left, they should re-rack. Wrong ball potted. How do you call a safety or something? That's interesting. I should have figured that out. He's caught up to me. So yeah, I think I am gonna call myself the victor at 15. Just that way I can cheat and feel like I won even though I haven't. One more and I will have called myself the victor. Let's hit this straight on and then do a little bit of backspin. No ball hit. Alright, well I already won. There we go. Completed challenges and scores will be lost. That's fine. You don't get either one of those in versus mode. So that's straight pool. Rotation earned points. Let's just get into it. So you earn points by something. Seems like a standard set. Let's see. What happens if we... Rules. More rules. Earn points equal to the number of balls for each pot. First to 61 wins. On the break, the player must strike 1 ball. So here's your standard rules that you cannot change. Sadly. Alright. No custom rules. So does rotation mean he gets like double the points? He seems to get 2 points for every ball sunk. start sinking some balls myself. Wrong ball hit first. It seems like you do have to go in order. So that was 4 ball. How many points do I get for that? 4 points. Okay, I see how this works. So we want the bigger numbers, but we have to hit the smaller numbers to start off with. Apparently that was a valid move, even though he didn't hit a bumper afterwards. Let's try this. Well, that worked. Let's try this. That worked. I'm at 30 points already. I kinda like this. The fact that I'm winning. Which one am I supposed to be aiming for? Let's go into free mode. That's like a 2. No, that's a 10. And what's this? 11. Alright. How are we going to pull this one off? Have to do something like this. Alright, that worked. He's catching up to me. He caught up exactly, actually. 52. One more should win the game for him. So, darn it. Do I have any flashbacks? No, can't do that. 66. He wins. Okay, fine. So that's rotation. That works. Golf. Pot your object ball in the designated pocket. The winner is the first to pot in all the pockets. Interesting. Let's see how golf works. A lot of these are variants that you would probably never play. So he has like 1 ball in each pocket. Okay. Pick up the ball. Put it down. I'm aiming this here, and then adjusting this way. Why is that blue ball going back and forth? Is it because it's not on the table? Yeah, it's not on the table. So it switches back and forth. Interesting. So now I've got to try and get it here. Scratch. Too few rails hit, apparently. How many rails have to be hit? So this could be a sort of quick experience. if you can sink all 6 of your shots before the other player can sink his. And it's different, it's the same ball, so that's kind of cool too. Okay, how can I get this to go the right direction now? Let's try this. See if it gets it somewhere close at least. There could be some deeper strategy in this too. If one guy is shooting for one pocket and the other guy is shooting for a different pocket, and you know that, you could better snooker the player and make it difficult or impossible for them to make their shot. Darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it. Oh, this is one of those games too, though. I'm starting to feel it already. Having only played like 3 hours of this game, I'm starting to feel a blister on my thumb. Something about certain styles of games, particularly the more competitive ones, it blisters my thumb. I don't know why. So now he's catching up. Now he surpassed me. Now he's gonna win. There's no way to get this thing to line up. There, I've won, I've scratched, and he's taken the victory. That's golf. What's interesting about golf is it would probably work really good if you had a lot of people playing too. In theory, if you had a standard 15 ball set, you could have 15 players play that game. Probably wouldn't work too well because I think player number 15 wouldn't even get a chance to play by the time player number 4 or 5 has won the game. Let's see speed. How does this one work? What are the rules for speed? Clear the table in less time than your opponent, ensuring you pot the 8 ball last. Okay. So it seems like a double 8 ball, because you have to clear everything else first. Hmm. 10-second penalty for scratching. So I just desperately want to get things sunk. And so I'm not doing a great job of that. I guess it's a delicate balancing act, deciding should you line up your shot or should you just go fast. It's been a minute already. Let's go ahead and hit these. Just pound on that for no reason. Sink something at least. Pound on that one. around on that one. There we go. Clear the field. Another 10-second penalty for the old scratcher. I guess I'm glad I never said I was good at billiards. I'm really not. I'm lucky. Maybe incredibly, amazingly lucky at billiards at times. But I am not good. I don't have the patience to put in that level of preparation, experience, and frankly, billiards is not something you can do a lot of. You have to go somewhere on specific nights, have people to play. It's not you can play solo, but the locations where they usually are pool halls or bars. Maybe you can find one in a child-friendly location like a big arcade. So, but any way you talk about that, I don't know why I'm specifically mentioning child-friendly locations, just in case you're underage and you can't get into a pool hall, or you just don't want to be around smoke or alcohol. But you really can't have a table all to yourself unless you schedule everything. Alright, so 3 minutes and 55 seconds, and it just told me the time that the other player took. It didn't even show me. Interesting that it's really just random numbers then. You might as well just assume that it's how speedball works. So the last one is killer. You get 1 shot per turn and lose a life if you fail the pot. I'm gonna lose at this real fast. That's alright. Let's hit continue. Sorry. Checking how long we've been going. We have been going for an hour and 15 minutes, so another 5 minutes or so would be about right. So this is going to be the end of my series as far as Pool Nation. It looks like it's got enough promise. It gives you what you'd want. It's a billiards game. The balls don't go insanely crazy directions. The controls are tight enough. They're not the best in the world, but they're good enough. It has controller support, which is nice. It has a motivating factor to play two tours that consist of 4 tournaments of a significant amount of people. There's no story, the sound effects are fine, the music in the background's fine. It has some custom games, they're not very well integrated, that's what we're looking at right now. There's no motivating factor really to play these customer games besides the bonus sections that possibly will have us play some of them. Which, that's fine because people frankly play 8-ball and 9-ball way more than they play anything else. It has online playing, nobody's playing it online right now. So I would definitely, any game that's even a few months old, the online community drops off like crazy. Some games, that's not the case. They'll last a little bit longer. Like online poker games, for instance, have a tendency to last longer, but... So you have free play here, which can you? Like, if you go to free play and just put the ball down, you can't pick up any other balls or do anything else. This is just, this free play is kind of lacking. It's just a quick way to get into a game, which is nice but not necessary, and it's really unnecessary to be in two different places listed. The downloadable content's fine, you don't really need it, although it might be cool. The endurance mode is definitely another challenge there. So you've got 9-ball tour, 8-ball tour, the box of tricks, a decent tutorial, archiving abilities that are really good, I think, and endurance mode, which should be under single player. Versus mode should be under single player also, and then it should be single player online, and then leaderboards should be under online, and then help and options, and then free play can be its own button, and downloadable content shouldn't be on the screen at all, because DLC shouldn't exist at all. So I am satisfied with Pool Nation. I'll play it a little bit every now and then off screen. A few things could have been improved upon, better story, but nothing breaking here. Let me know in the comments down below if you know of a better pool game or something that, or a pool game on Steam that puts a different spin, pun intended, on the game. Kind of surprising it doesn't have bumper pool. Kind of surprising it doesn't have snooker. But not terribly surprised, really. So overall, thumbs up. It's a pool game. You can play it. You can have fun with it. That's going to be it for this series. We're moving on to the next game. As always, I ask you to like this video, share it with your friends, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos, because all that helps me out and tells YouTube that my videos are worthwhile to watch. If you want to support me even further than that, you can click on my name, Rydo. That'll take you to my main YouTube page. On that, you can click on the button on the right that says support this channel and make a donation. Also on my main YouTube page, there is a playlist tab. You can click that and see a playlist for every game I've ever covered. I'm sure there's some more games that will interest you. And then finally, down below in the description box, I have links to all my social media sites, so you can friend me on Facebook, Tumblr, Google+, Twitter. You can also friend me on Steam. You can also friend me on Battle.net. So friend and follow me on all of those things. Thank you for going through this series. It may have been a little slow to watch, but overall, I think it was a pretty decent one. Not a lot to say, really, about a pool game. It plays pool. It works. It's good. Mission accomplished. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.